Hello, everybody. We are back at it again today for a little bit here. Probably won't be able to play for too long. Uh, I am on week 42, just finished the Baron quest without anyone dying, and I have to just walk around the courtyard and collect what I like. Unfortunately, I do think I ran into an obstacle without a shovel, which I discarded to make inventory space, so I gotta think about whether I want to just take the health and stress damage to continue on and get the Crimson Core item. I think I'm leaning towards actually going for it just because at this point in the game, some of these Crimson Core items are actually going to be pretty good for me, depending on what I get. So, even though everyone's going to be pretty high stress after that, I think I will just go ahead and do it, to be honest. It just means I'll have to spend some more money to heal off their stress. So, okay, so that looks like, just for my own knowledge, that's about 20 stress on everyone. 2 damage to their health is nothing. I think it's going to be worth it. Let's see, where's my map of the courtyard? Oh, whatever. Just want to see what's in that hallway there. Okay. So we can use, I don't have shovels, but I can use my anti-venoms to lower their stress. Let's do it on the Vestal just to avoid afflictions as much as, avoid her afflicting as much as possible. Houndmaster is geared to, oh wow. This 3 Chevalier thing is a lot more common than I thought. So we're going to try to play as safe as possible here. Gonna stun 2 of these guys. And then I'm gonna try to focus damage on one of the stunned guys. This one here is closer to hit for the Highwayman. That way I can stun the remaining one next turn. Otherwise, they would all be resistant to stuns. So I can stun this guy now here, and then focus on killing off this front guy. Oh, he got stunned. That sucks. So there's a chance I could kill this guy here if I crit. Nah, that's unfortunate. At least he didn't crit me. If this crits, yeah, I would have been kind of scared there. That's why we take the Vestal with Tough instead of the early Riser for the speed. Definitely values HP more than speed in this campaign here. Could make an argument that speed helps prevent incoming damage, but you know, these, I'm stunning them, but I'm still taking all that damage. So let's see. Let's just guarantee the kill on this guy. She minus bleed resist. I might as well start using some bandages, or some herbs rather. Okay, let's start stress healing here. Sure, I'll take a bandage. We can go ahead and start stalling with some shielding. Nice. Good. Probably won't have to take the shield breaker to the sanitarium next week. Right? No. Okay. And I think the remaining, and I don't expect to see any supplicants. I feel like the enemies are getting harder now. I'll eat one food on her. Let's make it two. I mean, there is a supplicant, but if he blights me, then oh well, right? Okay, it's unfortunate I can't use the stun on Houndmaster now, because I do want to get the riposte up, I think. Okay, good. I can't reach her to stun, so... Okay, there's that horror coming in again. Let's try to kill her. Okay. Well, that's gonna let me stun. Okay, well, she gets stunned, so I can't stun him, but it's all good. Hopefully she goes first, and I can kill this off. Full HP, stabilizing on stress. Where is the trap? It says there's a trap here. Oh, it's over here. I'm like, why can't I see this trap? Okay. So she might interact with that because she has Bloodthirsty, but I don't have any shovels or anything to actually use on that curio, which I don't mind. Sure, just guard each other. I don't care. Okay. Let's just go for... Okay, it's fine. This is higher accuracy. Okay, we actually have a full stack of blood here already. I guess I'll take this over the emeralds. What are the odds I really need a bandage for this last fight? Not that great, right? Because I want this, I want the food. Do I need the... It doesn't look like there's any curios left for the holy water, actually. I'd rather keep the bandages over that. And then, okay, want these Crimson Core items, 1,000 gold. 4 Crimson Core items, really? Is that normal for this dungeon? Seems like a lot to me. Oh, and we get to use up a key for this hallway. Or this, whatever you call it, this gate. Okay. Alright, not the worst fight for a Crimson Core item. Want to focus this guy. And in case he gets shuffled to the back by her ability, I do want to make sure he is... Okay, it's fine. If that's the case, let's stun him. For all the marking, I don't know that these Crimson Core guys have any, like, mark synergy, to be honest. Like, I know some of the carrion feeders and ghouls. No, not even the ghouls use mark synergy. Like, the big corpse eaters could use it. They're not even in this dungeon. I gotta look up whether there's any mark synergy at all for the bloodsucker enemies. Never really thought about that. But it's like, they have so many different mark abilities. So what's the point? Okay, so that's just for gold. Is there anything worth getting on the way back? There are some bandage curios, I guess. Do I really care, though? Not really. Am I gonna walk all those tiles just for a bandage curio that gives me like 150 gold? Yeah, let's just dip. Stout, Scattering, Faithless. Okay. Not the best quirks, but I'm very happy to have completed the Baron dungeon finally so that we can remove the curse from like 10 different heroes. Oh, isn't that so much nicer to see? Not a whole bunch of curses on my roster. So now we're looking at a veteran. I might start entering our first veteran dungeons of the entire campaign. Then again, the farmstead is very tempting here. Let me look at the trinkets first, make sure we don't forget to sell these. Childhood Treasure is just a straight up a better version of the Medic Greaves, so maybe I sell the Medic Greaves. 30% healing, 20% healing while camping, 15% stress. This gives 3% more healing, but it's worth everything else. Doesn't sell for that much gold though. I definitely don't think I want the tasting cup. I've never actually used that. Subject notes I've never used either. But let me think about this though. I feel like I've had a lack of good trinkets to put on Plague Doctor after the Blasphemous Vial. 25% max HP is not nothing to sneeze at when I look at it. Because this only gives 15% max HP. Musket Ball, accuracy and crit versus marked. I've often heard that the Musketeer trinket is a lot worse. So looking at it, it's like it's not strictly worse. It's just for a different application, I'd say. Now I'm curious about the farmstead trinkets for them. Arbalest gets 20% damage, 7% crit. Musketeer gets 20% damage. What? Okay, maybe it's the Musketeer farmstead trinket that's strictly worse. Yeah, I was like, what the hell? It's literally just strictly worse. What do we got here? Oh, a feather crystal. Definitely want that. Yeah, been meaning to get one of those. I'm glad I invested in the wagon size earlier then. I definitely want the granary too, but I don't have quite enough busts yet. Let me take a look at the stressed heroes and the people on the stagecoach. All of the zeros, so I don't really care about them. That means I'll just go ahead and heal these guys. Heal the affliction of him. This guy is, what, Faithless? Okay, he's not that stressed anyway. I could get the Puppet Theater, which I normally would do in my previous campaigns, but just for this Deathless run, because it is Deathless, I will be prioritizing survivability off the granary instead of the overall value you'd get off the Puppet Theater over the course of, 100 weeks. It really adds up. Who wouldn't want to start a dungeon with 10 less stress, Yeah, since there are no great offerings in the dungeons right now, I will go ahead and let's start the farmstead, to be honest. She's already almost level 3. She doesn't have any darkness quirks though. Doesn't really matter who I take here. In my opinion, the first quest is just super easy. So let's think about who we want to take for the Miller quest then. I think I do need to get rid of Scattering. Okay, he's got a lot of good quirks, so let's get rid of Scattering and lock on, like... This is very hard. On guard is very good, but he's already really fast with quick reflexes. Let's unequip the trinkets here. So he's got 8 speed already just from quirks alone. So he's usually going first. I don't care about the extra dodge, so I think hard skin would be either hard skin or Clotter would be best for a Deathless. If I'm thinking about where Houndmaster usually dies, it's going to be in the Crimson Court for the Baron quest or in the final Darkest Dungeons levels. So I'm thinking about whether hard skin or Clotter is better. think bleed is really common, and it's not really just getting a death store that kills you, it's the bleeds, it's the dots. So I think I'll lock in Clotter first. Because the rest of these are not as high priority. I mean, if he has 5% damage, he does like 6 to 10. If he does like 10 damage, 5% is not even 1 damage. But yeah, no sense having that reduced damage on him. Are there any diseases? No? Alright, let me think hard about what I want to sell then here. Jester's Tyrant's Tasting Cup. I feel like that's a for sure sell. I've never used it, never even considered it. I'm just trying to cover all my bases here and give it some extra thought. 30% stress skills, but the 25% stress of themselves is like, what the hell? You know? 7,500 gold is nothing to sneeze at. I've always sold subject notes. But now I have, because I just bought a feather crystal off of the wagon. That's always going to go on Plague Doctor no matter what, I think. Yeah, let's sell that. Blood Pact, I can try to make use of Musket Ball. Let's think about this. I have never used, well, I don't even have a Musketeer. I'm not planning on using Musketeers. And if I do have a Musketeer, then there are a lot better trinkets than using something situational like this. Kind of reminds me of Wolf's Tassel, but even more situational, only against marked. So let's go ahead and sell that. The debuff chance and move chance I don't care about. These both give 25 protection. I wonder if the Crimson Core trinkets are the same, but I'm just seeing the opposite parts of the set for these two. Yeah, let's sell that. Get a nice chunk of gold there. 20% healing, well, I think, yeah. Let's sell the Medic's Greaves. I mean, it's only 1,500 gold. Maybe there's a world where I want to sell this item, in which case I would want to keep the Medic's Greaves. Definitely want to stress heal him, and can't really stress heal anyone else. 38, 35, but I have other Vestals, right? I have a lot of other Vestals, so I think I'd rather stress heal the Shield Breaker. I'd rather have she have the negative stress bonus from the Abbey, from the Transept. I think that makes sense, right? Even though damage would be nice too, but I think I'm more concerned about the nightmares than anything else. Let me think hard about whether I actually want to go into Farmstead now. That will depend on what quest these all are. I want to start enabling Endless Harvest as soon as possible and start getting a little bit of shards there. So once I have Endless Harvest, I can utilize the event that gives me bonus shards. And that can have my time that I need to spend in the farmstead to get the trinkets I want. Bag of marbles not bad either, but it's not great at this point in the game. I would say the trinkets don't really matter here because this first quest is super easy. It's 2 speed. Oh yeah, this thing too. I don't have a Hell's Hairpin yet. Is there a world where I get the second trinket for her in the court and put the put them together? That's the only reason I would keep this if I get the other Crimson Court trinket. 7 accuracy isn't a whole lot. I get that off. I get way more accuracy than from the focus ring. Dodge. No, I don't think I'm gonna use the war paint at all. Even the set together isn't amazing in my opinion. I am still gonna make efforts to think about what trinks would be best, even on this easy mission. I mean, she's obviously taking the hairpin. What would make the most sense on him? 13 dodge. Trying to prioritize just surviving. Answers candle would be really good. On who though? I guess I would like for him to go first. 10 accuracy, so he would benefit more from the surgical gloves, and I can put more accuracy on this guy. Damage isn't really much on him, he's just going to be swinging his chain and blighting, so I don't care about damage. He's already got high speed. Could put Feather Crystal on Vestal instead of the... I don't need all that heal. I shouldn't. Another Sun Ring on anyone? Maybe we could put the Sun Ring on her for the accuracy. To land the stuns easier. Yeah. In any case, I'm not too concerned. Just need to practice playing as optimally as possible. Okay, good that we got that unlocked if we need it. Don't think bleed out really makes sense in a farmstead mission. Don't need camping at all. Okay. Yeah, I think this is the decision that makes the most sense. I definitely want to unlock the granary before going on any veteran dungeons. I could just trade for it, but do I have any antiquarians left to go on next week? Yeah, I do. So I'm gonna go on an antiquarian run probably before I do any veteran dungeons, so I can get those last 5 busts. None of these guys are gonna hit level 3 off the farmstead, so we still have a good amount of level 2 guys to level 1 and 2 guys to take to apprentice missions. If I get long apprentice missions available, then I definitely prioritize those. Okay, that seems fine to me. Yeah, for this first quest, I've never used many provisions in my experience, so I'm not gonna bring that many. Can I sell a blasphemous vial? It's a lot of gold. While I ever plan on bringing 2 plague doctors anywhere, I kind of highly doubt it. But what if the Shrieker takes it just from the event? Everything else I want to keep. Swift Cloak is kind of made obsolete because I just bought the Feather Crystal, but yeah, there's always going to be something better than the Swift Cloak at this point. Don't need blood. Got 2 laudanums, 2 holy waters, 1 herbs, 3 of each of these. I don't need shovels. Don't need keys for this one. I shouldn't overthink it too much.
Blight had struck the harvest again that year, and the miller was desperate. He came to me, hat clutched tightly in filthy fingers, thinking of sweat and manure. Seated comfortably in my observatory, surrounded by telescope and other delicate apparatus, I recognized his misfortune as an opportunity, and I agreed to lend him my expertise.
Okay. Let's get this one over with. Sure, might as well use that. That's going to be replaced by a new guy. Kind of want to kill both of these things. But I can stun that thing. I can't stun this. Okay. Glad I took some laudanum. Although that's only, 9 damage overall. Doesn't matter.
Rush this advantage. Give them no quarter. Prodigious size alone does not dissuade the sharpened blade. Back to the pit. Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
Always want to kill this thing.
Their cursed champion falls.
Nice crits. Should end this with 0 stress, I expect. I think I'll save an anti-venom here. For whatever reason.
The ground quakes. Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles. Gnawing uncertainty.
Maybe I'll have taken the perfect amount of laudanum at 2.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own. Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
Okay, over halfway done here. If I stun this guy, I can not get riposted by the next attacks. Mm,
Another abomination cleansed from our lands.
who do I want to prioritize here? I think the horse. Let's not let him go stealth. Okay, well, in that case, let's prioritize killing this guy. That attack can be scary sometimes if it crits. I don't think I'm going to bother with the anti-venoms or anything.
The bigger the beast, the greater the glory.
Okay,
Be gone, fiend. Executed with
easy
impunity.
peasy.
Decimated.
Alright, that's it. Okay, guess not. Let's see.
Eradicated.
More stress heal for me.
Seize this momentum. Push on to the task's end.
Tetanus. Clotter's nice. Deadly's nice. Eagle Eye is not good. Uh, Surprised to get so many diseases in the farmstead. Level restrictions removed for the next quest. I don't think I really care about that. If I had champion guys, that might be a different story. Then again, uh, is it possible to get veteran Shieldbreaker nightmares in an apprentice dungeon? That's something to look into. I've never run into that scenario before. So the nightmares. Okay, the nightmares depend on the expedition level, not the levels of the Shieldbreaker herself, so I can't abuse that. I could always just. I do want to go on this quest though. Just take an antiquarian. Let's. Do we have any guy that can heal diseases off these two? Cove Explorer Diurnal. Nah, he sucks. Don't need those. Houndmaster's a little bit stressed. Can give him a damage buff. Or. Oh. You can only go here anyway. Okay, so. This quest would have been really good for. Oh, you know what? It is really good for a Thing from the Stars. Let me see if I can hunt Thing from the Stars with level 3 guys. That would be a super cheap way to take care of this guy. That would literally be such a relief if I could do this. Eldritch Hater would be great against the Thing, which is an Eldritch. Do I have... I want to go for the strategy where I just make Occultist really slow. Unfortunately, I don't have a Caution Cloak to do that. This Crusader is not slow. He's very fast, actually. No, that's only because of that natural quirk. So Plague Doctor's really good against the thing. So is Shield Breaker, Eldritch Hater. I think Stress is the bigger killer in this fight. Well, damage too. Stress is more important for completing the dungeon. Damage is more important for actually surviving the fight. So who'd be the best Vestal to take? Spiritual, Early Riser Cove stuff? It'd be really nice if I could get a thing from the stars taken care of this early. Then again, long dungeon would be really nice, and there's only a 50% chance that the thing actually spawns. I could just be completely wasting my time here. So it doesn't make sense to take any level 2 people. I'm not in a hurry to get them leveled up. So what am I looking at? It'd be her, I guess. If I want to kill a thing from the stars, it'd be something like... Let's get these off. Damage on her. Probably the Greaves are much better. 8 crit. I'm adding 5 accuracy over 5 dodge. It's better. He would get the Cauldron, Focus Ring. He would get this and this. She would get this, and I don't think the map is as important. Well, I don't want to get surprised by the thing. So that's an option. I don't think there's a high chance of me dying taking this team. Then again, so it's between Occultist and Crusader, actually. No, I don't even have the stun trinket for Crusader. But this guy is way too fast to... Or the Grave Robber would be really good against the Thing from the Stars, because she has that protection ignoring. She has both Pick to the Face and Poison Darts, so I could lunge and then... let's think. If I take Occultist instead of Vestal, then I can have somewhat of a dance comp. She lunges forward, she lunges there, but that's not that... That's good against regular battles, but not so much against the Thing from the Stars, I'd say. Adder's Kiss would be good. So first thing I do when I run into Thing from the Stars, I just lunge, and then from there on I just alternate between Pick to the Face and Poison Darts, or just Pick to the Face every turn. Impale can also kill both the crystal that the thing summons and blight the thing itself. Should be good. Yeah. I think this is a rare opportunity to take down the thing really easily. Then again, doing as many long dungeons as I can early game allows me for more retreats later on, which is also safer. Allows me to play safer. Okay, let's see. The Fits and Tetanus. 5 accuracy, 5 crits. 5 accuracy, 5 crit, but he gets 3 speed. Wow, so the Fits is actually like a better version of Tetanus. It's interesting. Sure, we'll cure that off her. And then as far as quirks go, it's got a lot of bad quirks. Well, None of them are strictly that bad, to be honest. Mm, hmm. She doesn't have anything good to lock in. Could take advantage and lock these quirks in her now. Definitely want Fragile gone. I definitely want Natural Eye locked in. But then again, Zoophobia I want gone. Precise Striker I want locked in. Let's actually do that. Okay. Okay. I think that's all the time I have for this weekend. Probably be back on Monday, and then I can spend some more time mulling this over. So thanks for tuning in for now. I will see you guys the next time.